Oh boy. Screen Rant. Good old Screen Rant. You can always count on Screen Rant to give you quality Dragon Ball articles. Let's take a look at this one. Goku and Vegeta's fusion actually makes them weaker, not stronger. That's from Screen Rant. While fusions are a good way to harness immense power in a quick burst, Goku and Vegeta prove that they can actually make them weaker, not stronger. Okay, so this article was written by Spencer Connolly, according to what it says here, and it was written or is published June 19th, 2022, just a few weeks ago. It's not an old article. It's not one from years ago. It's a new article. So his argument, Spencer's argument here, is from Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 23. Now, in case you haven't been keeping up, the chapter that just ended was chapter 86. Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 23 was like 2017. That long ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. 4 years ago. So he's talking about how Goku and Vegeta fought Zamasu in the manga as Vegito, which happened in the anime as well. And his argument, I'm just going to read this right here. While Vegeta and Goku only use Potara earrings fusion while fighting Zamasu, the dance fusion has the same weakness which makes the entire practice of fusing almost not worth it. Fusions are good for a quick burst of energy to use as a last resort, like when Goku and Vegeta needed to become Gogeta to finish off Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly. However, if they are facing someone like Zamasu, who can't be taken out with a few ultra-powerful attacks, then it would have been better to keep attacking one at a time while the other conserved their energy than use everything they had all at once. Okay. The name of the article is that Goku and Vegeta are stronger without fusing. He cites Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now, at first, I thought maybe he never saw the movie. Maybe he never saw it, so maybe he didn't know. In Dragon Ball Super Broly, Goku and Vegeta, both in Super Saiyan Blue, more powerful than they were here in the Trunks arc, are fighting Broly. They're doing a Gallic Gun Kamehameha combination. Broly chews right through it and is manhandling them. Broly by himself, to the point where Goku and Vegeta retreat. Goku teaches Vegeta the fusion pose, and they make Gogeta Blue. Then Gogeta Blue is able to combat Broly without even being damaged. Right? How does that make Goku and Vegeta stronger than fusion? It never has. There is no version of Goku and Vegeta individually that's more powerful than fusion, because if that were the case, why even come up with fusion to begin with? Now, if the article was saying it might be better for them not to use fusion because of the time limit drawback, sure. But when you're facing off against somebody like Zamasu or Broly that you cannot fight one-on-one, you can't beat them one-on-one, you have to fuse. That's what they've always done, historically. Vegeta does not like fusing. Goku doesn't really mind it, but they've done it a few times in Dragon Ball. And I'm talking about both the stuff Toriyama's written and even the stuff he didn't write, like Fusion Reborn, Movie 12, and GT. But it's the same idea, same principles. We can't beat this guy individually, but if we fuse, whether it be Potara or Metamoran fusion, we're going to win. This is really bad, bro. Like, there's probably people reading this who are children. Like, when I say children, I mean like the age of like 9, 10, who understand this franchise more than this grown-ass man. It boggles my mind whenever I go on Twitter or on Facebook or somewhere online and I see an opinion by somebody who's clearly an adult, and it lacks so much logic. And we're talking about surface level stuff. We're not talking about like in-depth stuff or complex power scaling debates or lore or even misinformation. We're talking about stuff that's plain, clear as day, clean. I remember I once saw a meme on Facebook where somebody was asking who was more powerful, Kid Goku or Kid Gohan. Kid Goku from Dragon Ball or Kid Gohan. when literally in the 4th episode of DBZ, they state that Kid Gohan is more powerful than adult Goku and has more potential. It's literally right there. So if Kid Gohan is stronger than Goku at the beginning of Z, who's stronger than Kid Goku throughout Dragon Ball, this is not rocket science, bro. I watched these shows when I was 12. Many of you guys have watched this franchise since the Toonami days, when we were all kids. 10, 11, 12, 13, sometimes even 5, 6, and 7. This is not difficult to understand, but you've got these knuckleheads who make these articles without even thinking whether or not it makes sense. Let me read the rest of it here. He says, the power levels of Goku and Vegeta have grown exponentially since their respective introductions in earlier Dragon Ball stories, and the fusion of the two, especially when their fusion taps into Super Saiyan God forms, is insanely powerful and has proven to be nearly unmatched by some of their stronger opponents like Janemba and Broly. That being said, Goku and Vegeta aren't really allowed to go all out while they're fused for fear of cutting their time short and tapping out their energy incredibly quickly, proving that Goku and Vegeta's Dragon Ball fusions can actually make them weaker, not stronger. It does not make them weaker. That's an infallible argument. How? Yes, you do have a time limit on fusion. We've known that. We've known that for quite some time. But does that make the fusion weaker? How? How does that make the fusion weaker if in the Zamasu fight, Goku and Vegeta individually had problems facing off against him, but when they made Vegito blue, they were able to fight him? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Like, and again, I've talked about this before. These articles are all the same. A lot of these paragraphs that they write, they're all formatted the same for a reason. It's called SEO, Search Engine Optimization. This dude, Spencer Connolly or whatever, I don't know if he was hired by Screen Rant or if he's a freelance writer. This dude, it's all the same. They'll show 1, 2, or 3 pictures with 4 or 5 paragraphs and a title. But this is total bullshit. It's total clickbait bullshit. It would have been one thing if he called the video or the article like Goku and Vegeta's fusions are not, have a time limit. The problem is that everybody knows that already, so he has to call it this so that curious fans will say, wait a minute, that's not true. And they click into the video, or I'm sorry, video, I'm talking about YouTube. They click into the article, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, let me read this article. But by the time they've clicked into it, Screen Rant's ads have already popped up and they've already made this dude money. It's literally the definition of the word clickbait, where they bait you by making you think this guy discovered some kind of secret, or they bait you by making you realize how dumb this article is. So when you click into it, you read it, you realize it's really stupid, it's a dumbass argument, but they've already got your click. See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if the article's dumb, they've already got your click. That's what this is. You know what I mean? That's literally what this is. I don't even get mad at this anymore like I used to. I mean, I'm sure sometimes, there are stuff that irritates me, because really all this is it's showing that this Spencer Connolly guy's an idiot. I mean, no disrespect. Well, I guess it is somewhat disrespectful. I don't know the guy, but I can tell what he's doing here. It's a very cheap tactic to get clicks, because everybody knows that when somebody fuses, they get stronger with or without the penalty of the fusion running out. Anyways, Screen Rant sucks, bro. I'm out. Take care. Jesus.